I've got a cool MMO project to show you today, and it's called War of DragnoroX. It's still an early pre-alpha, but in my opinion, from what I've seen, it's coming along really great and looking excellent, as you'll see from watching the clips I have included. But beyond the way it looks, there is a reason this MMO has piqued my interest, and that is the dynamic warfare system. Now we're going to talk about a lot of things with this MMO, but real quick, let's really dive deep on this. Now, I have had the pleasure of getting a message from the creative director who told me that this system can be thought of as a way for the staff to act as dungeon masters, to manipulate the world, create events, and spawn unique mobs in real time for players as they play. This is super interesting and the kind of thought process that the MMORPG genre has been missing, trying to go back to being like a tabletop D&D session, but in a massively multiplayer environment. It was what EverQuest was shooting for. It was what Ultima Online was shooting for, and we've gotten away from that. Now, this is an old school spirited MMO, and it's focused on the feeling of danger, socialization, and grouping up to take on the challenges of the open world with the kind of death penalties we used to see, corpse runs, and the like. Let's explore the dynamic warfare system a bit more though. So the developers are promising every single day there will be events, quests, resources, mobs, items, and entire areas of the map controlled by the dungeon masters of this MMO. They will be on the back end evolving the world and your experience, pushing your personal story and events on your server, making each login unique. I like to imagine cities going under siege from a rush of lizard men and getting messages from your guild that they need your help, or the excitement in general of an in-game event being pushed by these dungeon masters who can watch how the players react and use that information to make it more fun and challenging the next time. These are the kind of things that an AI just can't do yet. Learn and adapt to what the players do. And it is the reason that tabletop games such as D&D are so thrilling. A human is behind what takes place, and he or she is learning about you and your group and making challenges sometimes on the fly to push your group to its limits and sometimes beyond, depending on your DM. Some of the examples given for War of DragnoroX and this system are that the dungeon masters could spawn hordes of mobs, unique or epic mobs normally not in the world, treasures, triggering traps, opening secret passages. Their goal is to make you feel like anything is possible. Once again, a huge draw for Dungeons and Dragons. I think this is an extremely ambitious and exciting way to think of your MMORPG in a genre filled with static and Groundhog Day events. And I am going to do my best to continue my contact with the creative director so I can get you some more, hopefully, it's up to them obviously, but hopefully some inside information about this game. If they can let me in and let me show you guys some things and what's going on, I definitely will be all over that. So if I've already got your juices flowing, then hopefully there will be a lot more if I have anything to say about it. Now, of course, it's their decision, but it does sound like they're pretty interested in working with me. Now let's hear from our sponsors real quick, but don't leave because we're going to dive into more details, and there's a lot about this upcoming MMO. Now I want to give a major shout out to the members of Napalm. I could not do this without you. You are the sponsors of this channel, and I thank you for your contribution, allowing me to keep making videos on MMOs, RPGs, and of course, puppets. If you are interested in becoming a member of Napalm, please click the join button down below. It is greatly appreciated. And a very special shout out to the Lords of Napalm, Bounty Code, We Tote Bitcoins, Jared Woodhouse, and Daimlos. Thank you for your highest tier membership. War of DragnoroX is supposed to launch with 30 zones, all with different biomes, their own dungeons, secrets, passages, and traps and treasures. Also, this doesn't account for hidden or unlockable zones, which will not be disclosed, so the players can find and unlock them naturally in the game. They're also saying there will be 19 raids, and they're wanting this to be a sandbox style MMORPG. No hand-holding, no world map, or level scaling. They want this to be a dangerous place that will rip you to shreds if you don't push, but to be highly rewarding everything when you do. It has a minimalist style UI with the option for first-person view for fans of doing so from probably EverQuest or the Elder Scrolls series. The events, which are a huge staple of this game's philosophy, will include things such as wars, carnivals, dragon attacks, town raids, and whatever else the dungeon masters think up. There are also items that sometimes only exist one time in the world, meaning stats and gear is extremely valuable. They also mention that the cosmetics will improve with the gear. There is no gear rating system, and all gear is valuable based on their stats. All gear is earned from in-game play. No cash shop, no experience boost. They say none of that will ever be sold in War of DragnoroX, ever. They believe in the purity of gameplay that EverQuest used to have. No pre-order bonuses, none of that. Everything 100% earned in the game. And if they can hold true to that, I will be impressed. Overall, this MMORPG is shaping up very nicely. There's still an early pre-alpha, but from what I've seen and from what I'm showing you, in my opinion, it does look like this is an old school approach to creating this world and game. And as in, even in their pre-alpha, it looks to be better than many games today release in beta or early access. So that is a very good thing. I have a link to their website in the description down below for more information. Now, right now, you can't pre-order. They're taking no money whatsoever at this time. But if you want more information, I'll have that link below, as well as a link to their official YouTube page. And as I said before, hopefully I can maintain a good relationship with their creative director, and he will allow me a bit of content that I can share with all of you. Now, for the most important part, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I know there are a lot of MMO promises being flung around, and as anybody that follows me knows, I only cover and talk about the ones I am most confident in or most excited about. This one is shaping up to be one of them. My love may always be Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, but any developer who steps up to create an immersive, cooperative MMO experience, especially when they pull on my heartstrings about Dungeons and Dragons tabletop type ideas, I will gladly make content about, and you can absolutely lean on me to bring you more information on this MMO as it continues development. But drop that comment and let's hear your thoughts, and don't forget to drop me a like if you enjoyed the video, and it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you are new here, please subscribe. We are mere moments from hitting 10,000 subs, which I've anticipated for a very long time. Thank you for joining me today, and until next time, my friends, God bless and happy gaming.